If you've been exploring a move to Denver, the amount of choices can be overwhelming. Different cities, suburbs, neighborhoods, so much to choose from. Which one is right? Which one should you avoid? Well, today we're going to break down the top 5 places people are relocating to and give you exactly what makes these suburbs and neighborhoods unique. Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim Kampmann, your host for Everything Denver, Colorado. On this channel, we explore all the best neighborhoods, cities, and suburbs to live, work, and play in the Denver metro area. If you're thinking of a move here and would like more information, I would love to help you out. Feel free to reach out, call, text, or email the information on the screen. And be sure to download that free relocation guide I have linked in the video description below. And if you don't mind, give this video a like and a subscribe while you're here and help me stop being the slowest growing channel on YouTube. Seriously, probably the slowest growing. All right, to kick off our list today, we're gonna go with number 1, Roxborough Park. Now, Roxborough is an area on the southwest corner of Denver. It's in the suburb of Littleton, and this has become a very popular place not only for its amazing outdoor activities, amenity, and beautiful scenery, but there is a lot of development and new construction going on in this area as well. Just to the east of Roxborough and the Roxborough Park area is the development of Sterling Ranch, so those are eventually kind of seamlessly probably tied together with housing and other commercial amenities and things like that. But a thing that has been a big draw for people that move to Roxborough is that outdoor activity. There are tons of hiking trails, there are lots of biking trails. You have Waterton Canyon that runs through the Roxborough area, and then you actually have the Roxborough Park and the park neighborhood that sits behind a gate here, behind these beautiful red rock formations. Very exclusive and higher home prices definitely behind the gate here in this private community where you have golf course and all the things you come to typically associate with a gated community. Home prices back in that area are going to kind of start at $800 and go up from there. But if you're looking to get into something a little bit more affordable in the Roxborough area, single family homes in this pocket do start at around $550,000 to $600,000. Now, this area is also very close to the Lockheed Martin space program and the facility they have down here kind of tucked into the mountains. So it is a favorite of a lot of people that maybe relocate here for work and they want to be very close to where they work to choose this area. Like I said, a lot of hiking and biking trails. You're very close to Chatfield State Reservoir and you will notice a lot of wildlife in this area. It's kind of still a rustic and almost rural feel, even though it is a subdivision. There's not a lot of commercial development up here and you do feel kind of like you're on an island apart from the metro area. So that could be a plus or a big con. And that brings me to the cons of living in Roxborough Park is that there's just not a lot of commercial out there, not a lot of shopping opportunities. So if you do have to, say go to Home Depot, Lowe's, one of your traditional suburban stores, you're gonna be traveling into Highlands Ranch or into Southwest Littleton. There's really not much other than one shopping center here. It's got, a Safeway and a couple of chain restaurants, Subway, Domino's, Starbucks, but there's really not a lot of unique shopping or big box shopping around this area. Now, that probably will change in the coming years as Sterling Ranch continues to get built out and they add commercial development into that neighborhood. Eventually, it'll kind of seamlessly probably tie together, but for the time being, if you're looking for something that's suburban, quiet, and kind of set apart from the metro area, it's a great option, but for some people, the commute to Denver or Littleton is too far. Next up on our list is the town of Castle Pine. Now, if you guys have watched some of my videos, I've done several on Castle Pines, and it's clear why this is a favorite of a lot of people relocating to the Denver metro area. It's a little bit more exclusive of neighborhoods down here, a little bit higher price point. Median home price is going to be right around $875 to $900 range for most single family homes in this area. And this is kind of your quintessential golf course luxury style of living. So Castle Pines located on the south part of Denver. You just head down I-25 south of Littleton, south of Centennial, and south of Lone Tree, and you'll get to the town of Castle Pines. And this is right before you get to the next town of Castle Rock. Now, big draw for Castle Pines is more of that exclusive luxury style living. The neighborhoods are very well planned out. You have a lot of outdoor activities similar to Roxborough, but you will have a lot more paved trails and it's less mountainous or less rustic in that respect. You're not going to have the red rock formations that you see in Roxborough here in the Castle Pines area, but you do have a lot of outdoor open space to explore, like Daniels Park, the Ruders Hess Reservoir area, and there's tons of trails in and throughout the neighborhoods. And did I mention golf courses? Castle Pines is well known for its golf courses, even has one that appeared on the PGA Tour here in the Castle Pines Village area. So if you're looking for high-end exclusivity and luxury living, Castle Pines might be calling your name. Now, some of the downsides of Castle Pines are that higher price point. It is going to be more expensive just to get into this neighborhood. There's not very many like townhome or condo options here. There's a few, but kind of few and far between. And same with Roxborough. Most of what you're going to find in these areas are single family homes. And the second con to this is there's not a whole lot of local shopping in Castle Pines either. There is significantly more than you will find in Roxborough. So don't get me wrong that these are identical in that respect. You have a lot of local restaurants and some shopping in the town of Castle Pines, but most of what you're going to need is probably going to be just to the south in Castle Rock. The outlet mall, your big box stores, your Sam's Club, King Soopers, and all of those things are probably going to be a 5-minute drive to the south. For our next neighborhood, we're moving a little bit further to the east to the neighborhood of Stonegate in Parker. Now, Stonegate is a favorite for a lot of families. This neighborhood is really based around families looking to move into a very suburban area. You have a lot of parks and recreation nearby. You have very quiet and walkable streets. And this is going to be our first neighborhood that really is just geared more towards family-friendly activities. You have parks that are down the street from almost every neighborhood in this area. You're very short drive into downtown Parker, where you have O'Brien Park and the shops on Main Street and your library and your live theater and your Discovery Park and so many other things that are kind of geared to bring the family together for outings on a weekend or an evening out. Now, home prices in the Stonegate area are going to be right around $575 to $600, so you are getting in at a much more affordable price point than most of the other neighborhoods on this list, which is why it has been a favorite of families. You're getting a very nice 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home for that $575 price, and you can get, even something larger with a private yard on a nice quiet street right around $600 to $650. So that is a very big draw for a lot of people thinking of moving to the Denver metro area, because you can get a lot more home for your money going to a neighborhood like Stonegate versus being on the interior of Denver or maybe in one of the older neighborhoods like Centennial or Littleton. So cons of Stonegate, there's really not much to complain about when you're in this neighborhood. A better price point. You are very close to most of the things that are around you, a 5 or 10 minute drive to your big box stores, your restaurants, and your everyday necessities. And you're also close to the C470 freeway that kind of runs on the outskirts of the Denver metro area. So if you need to get up to the airport, this one is going to be better commutability up there than our previous two neighborhoods. Or if you need to get up into, it's a 20-25 minute drive to the Denver Tech Center and probably a 35 to 40 minute commute up into the heart of Denver. So a lot going for it. If you do need to be closer to Denver or the Denver Tech Center, the next neighborhood on the list might beat out Stonegate in that regard. And speaking of our next neighborhood, we're headed north to Holly Hills. Now, the Holly Hills neighborhood is a small suburb of Denver, and it's actually still within Denver. So this isn't technically one of the suburbs as you think of Littleton or Centennial or Parker or Castle Rock. It is just going to be a specific neighborhood within Denver, but it has grown in a lot of popularity, and it's a favorite for a lot of families moving into the Denver area that want to be in Denver but not have to pay the same prices as you would have to pay in Wash Park or Cherry Creek or Belcaro, where median home price in Holly Hills for single family home is going to be right around $720,000. So very desirable location. You're very close to Denver. If you want to get to Washington Park, or there's a park right across the street, James Bible Park, which is very nice, great place to go take the dogs out for a run or the kids out to a playground. You do have like your suburban amenities, going completely suburban on you. So if you'd like to keep a little bit more historic charm and a little bit more character in the home and the neighborhood and not go completely suburban in Parker or Castle Rock, this is the place for you. You're going to have mature landscaping. You're not going to have as many walkable trails right out your front door. There are some right around. You are very close to the Cherry Creek State Park, which is nice. You can go out for your water sports in the summer, hiking and mountain biking and cycling throughout the Cherry Creek State Park. So you are fairly close to that, and you're far enough out from like the inner city of Denver that you won't have many of the problems that typically get associated with Denver and some of the parts of Aurora, like some of the homelessness and other higher crime rates. Now, this neighborhood, location-wise, it is just on the south end of Denver. You are a little bit further south than neighborhoods like Wash Park and Virginia Village, and it's right off of I-25 and Yale. So commutability in this neighborhood is excellent. If you need to get up into like the downtown Denver area, you're only a 10 to 12 minute drive up. You also have easier access to public transportation. So if you need to take bus or light rail someplace, that is a huge plus as well. And rounding out our list at the top 5, we go south again to Highlands Ranch. Now, Highlands Ranch is one of the largest suburbs of Denver, one of the largest master planned communities in the state, located just on the south and southwest corner of Denver. You'll see Highlands Ranch kind of spreads all across the South Metro Park. There's Lone Tree on the east side and then some of Littleton on the west side. But this is, again, a favorite for families. You have a ton of family-friendly activities here. You have rec centers throughout to go and access, whether you're working out, rock climbing, tennis courts, basketball courts, or take the kids to the pool. You have tons of family-friendly options available here. Again, commutability is going to be similar to Stonegate. You're very close to that C470 freeway that runs along the south and west and east ends of the Denver metro area. So a little bit further from the airport than, say, Stonegate, and a little bit further from Denver than Holly Hills, but commutability is pretty good in this area. You do have a lot of job opportunities as well. Highlands Ranch is home to over 100,000 residents, so it has really exploded with growth, and with that has come more job opportunities and a lot of retail as well. So where we were lacking in retail on the first two neighborhoods of Castle Pines and the Roxborough area, you don't have any of those concerns if you were to move into the Highlands Ranch area. Now, median home price is going to be, there's going to be a wide variety of homes at different price points. Median home price right now is right around $700,000 for a single family detached home. If you're looking for a more entry-level home, there are pockets of Highlands Ranch that are going to be right around $550,000, and townhomes and condos are going to be starting in the $375,000, $400,000 mark. Most of them will be in that $450,000 to $500,000 range for townhomes and condos. Now, what are some of the cons to Highlands Ranch specifically? Well, some people just feel it's too suburban. They don't like that everything is kind of uniformed and conformity. They get visions of the Stepford Wives, or something being just everything in its place and there's no character and no uniqueness. And I get that, but a lot of people end up they like that most of the neighborhoods are well kept and there's a lot of oversight into keeping property values high in this area. So sometimes in specific pockets of Highlands Ranch, the HOAs can be overbearing and people just don't like that, constantly being hounded about their grass or to keep their lawns mowed or weeds in the yard or to paint their house or their driveway or all these different things that a homeowners association can kind of be a pain in the butt for. Highlands Ranch, you're definitely going to have to put up with an HOA, but you do also get a lot of outdoor activities. You have hundreds of miles of trails throughout Highlands Ranch. You're also close to that Daniels Park open space, so you can get more of that natural feel where you can have beautiful views of the Front Range, natural trails, popular for mountain biking, and there's a bison overlook here that you can go and check out the buffalo that are in this reserve down here. Highlands Ranch, very popular among a lot of people, especially families that are moving to the Denver metro area. Guys, I hope you found this video useful as far as the top 5 neighborhoods to check out around Denver. If you're thinking of your move here, please don't be afraid to hit me up. Call, text, or email. Email is usually the quickest way to get a hold of me, and we will get you set up for success on your move to Denver. I got your back on all things Denver real estate. Until next time, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.